Hi, I'm Melinda Van Fleet, and welcome to the Good Karma Success Coach podcast. I'm an author, speaker, and success coach who helps women believe in themselves, build confidence, and take action. In 2009, my husband Ryan and I were laid off at the same time, and we moved to the Florida Keys without jobs, not knowing anyone, hardly any money, and we never even been here. But we made it. And now, not every day is sunshine and rainbows, but we're living our best lives. All along in our journey, I've always said that someday when we get our shit together, we will help others. So each week, my intent is to be relatable and bring you tactical tips, tools, share my learnings and stories that can help inspire or transform you wherever you are in your career or general life and make an impact. I strongly believe that if I can do it, you can do it too. So what's stopping you? Hi, everyone. Welcome to this week's podcast episode of the Good Karma Success Coach. Thank you in advance for joining us. I have returning co-host, my incredible niece, Sienna, with me. Welcome, Sienna.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here again.
Yay! So awesome. And if anyone is new to listening to the podcast, welcome. If anyone is returning, thank you. And if you have not listened to our podcast from the beginning of August, which was Sienna's first podcast with me as a co-host, that is episode 144. Yes, some angel numbers in there. And there's also a prelude where it's just me, but explaining a little bit about my intention of asking Sienna to co-host with me once a month. And that is episode 143. So please check those two podcast episodes out. And I hope you enjoy them. So today, what are we going to chat about, Sienna?
We're going to be talking about Tosha Silver's book, Outrageous Openness.
Yes. And I love this book. What did you think?
It's so good. It just opened a whole new door for me about the divine. And
the fact that you read this at age 15 is above and beyond cool. Because you have experienced and read something that is just transformational at the beginning of your life. And that's what's just really, really, really awesome. I had discovered this book when I was finishing writing life and love lessons, and I was looking for something, and I ended up going to YouTube, and I ended up watching a YouTube video, and the woman who was doing the YouTube video mentioned this book, and I bought it. I got halfway through it. I ended up sending one to Sienna, and she beat me on finishing it. So it was really, really, really great. So we are going to have a little chapter discussion, because if you have read this book, then you know it's a lot of just short stories, quick stories. Some are about Tosha and some are about other people. So I thought that it would be fun for Sienna to pick out her favorite chapter and read from it. And then I will do the same. And we'll just kind of have a conversation about the transformation and what we got out of it. So you go first.
Okay, so there were so many chapters that I really liked in that book, but if I had to pick my favorite, it would be page 61. It's called The Death Advisor, and it's the beginning of chapter 5. And I just said what I learned from that is when I let go and stop trying to control everything, and when I no longer focus on what I'm lacking, blessings will occur and I will see more abundance and prosperity.
Wow. So that's really cool. I just flipped to that page. So again, page 61, The Death Advisor. Do you want to read it? It's not a very long story. So why don't you go ahead and read it?
Yeah, I'll go flip to it right now.
Cool. Because I need a refresher, because this has been, 4 months, 5 months since I read it.
Yeah, it's been a while for me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm bringing it back up and looking at it. So
yeah. Okay, so I'll start. I once heard this story about a friend's sister. A 40-ish woman named Paula lived in Baltimore as a paralegal, busy with relationships, work, family, typical stuff. She was not in the least spiritually inclined. Then came the shocker. Though she had never had more than a cold, Paula was suddenly diagnosed with a rapidly advancing rare form of lymphoma and given 3 months to live. Her world imploded. Practical by nature, she immediately threw her energy into organizing her affairs, handling her immediate departure like one more of the efficient to-do lists that she spent her life making. To her amazement, she was not afraid. Paula paid off her debts, released everything unnecessary, and prepared to die. This world became a diaphanous dream. She ceased having useless conversations. She started telling everyone the truth. She stopped doing anything she didn't want, following her inner clock completely. As she realized this world would go quite well without her, a peaceful detachment embraced her like a warm bath. Then a new twist. In the 3rd month, the cancer spontaneously left. To the doctor's confusion, all symptoms vanished as fast as they had come. This talent came of its own volition, since Paula needed and wanted nothing, having already bid adieu to this world. With no grasping ego, most of her thoughts materialized in a flash. The same divinity she had once dismissed now flowed unimpeded through her being. Paula said, "Maybe when you no longer need anything, you can have everything. And when you stop trying to make things happen, anything can. All I know is the me that used to be is gone. I'm out of the way."
Wow. I have the chills. Because you know who this makes me think of. Your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing you picked this one. And also the Tim McGraw song. You know what song I'm talking about?
No.
You have to ask your mom because your mom's a big Tim McGraw fan. But your mom would likely say "Live Like You're Dying." So it's a beautiful song that is in complete conjunction with this story. And it's just beautiful. It's true. She let everything go. I love that. Ceased having useless conversations, telling everyone the truth. That might be a little rough. But following your inner clock completely.
Yeah.
A peaceful detachment embraced her like a warm bath. That's amazing. And then all her symptoms were gone. Out of a certain amount of money, it came almost effortlessly. It's really cool. I love that. Thank you for sharing that.
No problem.
Awesome. I picked out, this was kind of funny because I have a trigger around this word. So the chapter I picked out is "A Ma'am is Not What I Am," page 189. And some of my friends, if they're listening, know that I really don't like being called ma'am. So I love that I really related to this chapter. So I'll read it first. The other day, I was cruising down Haight Street when I got stopped by a 20-ish guy with long blonde dreads rustling up donations for Greenpeace. "Ma'am," he ventured, "want to help the whales?" I shot him a stern no and kept going. Then I felt bad and decided to go back. "Listen," I said as warmly as I could, "if you want to get more money, maybe use a different greeting. No woman in this neighborhood will give you a dime once you call us that." "Wow," he said, intrigued. "No offense meant, but it's true. Only the guys are giving to me." Then he grinned. "And I did have a lady say she'd take my nuts off next time I said that." "What?" I laughed. "And you still are?" "Well, I don't know any other word for older woman, do you?" "You know, an all-purpose miss would do. Even hey you can be quite nice." Then I smiled and handed him some bills. It's really funny because that I really don't like being called ma'am. And you're too young to probably even like realize that that's a trigger for some women. Have you ever heard that before, Sienna?
Being called ma'am?
Yeah.
Not much.
So it's a very southern thing, and Florida is not a southern state. A southern state is Alabama, Arkansas, Mississippi, or if you are in the military or grew up military, then the word ma'am is very common. But basically, the story made me smile because she still got over her trigger and gave him some money. And I thought that was like really
Yeah.
and clever and just a lesson. We all like, he didn't mean anything by it. He didn't mean anything harmful by it. It was just a word that he was using. And she said her piece, let it go, gave him some money, and moved on. So I thought that was really, really compelling to me because I deal with that trigger a lot. So cool. Well, thank you for sharing. So I know part 2 today, we were going to talk about crystals. How many crystals do you think you have now? Do you have a count?
Oh gosh, I counted a while ago, but I'm not sure, to be honest. Maybe like 30 something.
Okay. I feel like we might have the same. I know when the full moon or bright sunlight, whenever I want to bring them outside to cleanse them, I have to fill like this big platter. I have to use it to get them all outside. So what crystal would you like to talk about today and share a little bit about?
Definitely amethyst. And this was one of the first crystals that I got for my birthday from my Aunt Melinda. And I'm just so thankful for it. It really I was so attracted to it when I first saw it. I was like, wow, that is so pretty. And when I searched up the meaning and the properties of the amethyst, I was like, wow, this really resonates with me.
Awesome. Do you want to share what the properties are?
Yes. So some properties of it are like calming down, relaxing, manifestation, creativity, curing insomnia, warding off nightmares, connecting with the divine and the intuition, and just overall calming down the mind.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful stone. I actually have the smaller one from the same kit that I bought you. I normally put it in my pocket and bring it with me.
Yeah, that's what I do with the smaller one as well.
Yeah, so it comes with me, and I know I have some posts out there where I post it like, where's Waldo? Where's the crystal? Ay. So, well, that's super cool. I'm going to talk about rose quartz. And rose quartz is one that I don't know why, like at first, I really felt more attracted to the amethyst and the citrine and the crystal, but now rose quartz comes with me on vacation. I brought it with me when I came to see you guys last week. And when I did a CE5 with the Worldwide Metaphysical Tribe, I held the rose quartz in my right hand as I envisioned meeting a being and was sending love to the universe. I had picked up my rose quartz after I had it charged in the full moon for a little bit and held that in my right hand. And I feel like it really made a difference in regards to the energy and what I was able to feel and even experience with the CE5. And that's something I'll talk about in a later podcast. But rose quartz, if you don't know what rose quartz does, it helps with compassion, kindness, unconditional love, self-love, emotional healing, joy, peace, and playfulness. And it's a friend of, clear quartz and amethyst. So it kind of all goes together that I was originally always attracted to like amethyst or clear quartz. And then I added the rose quartz into my little carry along bucket, let's say, because you can't bring all crystals with you, can you?
I wish.
I know, right? It would be kind of crazy. And so I just love it. It's pink, which is one of my favorite colors. So it's kind of just resonates with me a lot now. And I often also hold it in my right hand when I meditate. So not only did I hold it in my right hand for the CE5, but I hold it in my right hand when I meditate. And then sometimes before I go to sleep, or fall asleep, I should say, I put it in my right hand when I'm laying down to bed and say my prayers and intentions for the evening. So crystals are really cool. And you and your sister have definitely embraced a lot of really awesome crystals that I have never seen before. So it's really neat. And we can dive more into that on another podcast too. So
definitely.
Cool. Anything else you wish to add and share with everyone?
I don't think so.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you for being my fabulous co-host again. I love it. How can everyone get in touch with you?
Everyone can reach me on email at petalthefirst@gmail.com.
Perfect. And if you're not already connected with me, you can connect with me through my website, goodkarmasuccesscoach.com. Definitely check out everything that is on my website, blogs, podcasts, courses, quizzes, free Believe and Take Action daily guide, and probably some things I'm forgetting about. So till next time, thank you so much, Sienna. I love you. Thanks for being a great co-host.
Thank you so much. I love you.
Bye.